After starting life in a garden shed with a cement mixer in 1998, Greenbest Limited has grown to be a leading manufacturer of bespoke granular and liquid fertilisers for the professional market. With a staff of 18 by 2015, the company had come to rely on a series of Excel spreadsheets to control their stock and production, which caused a number of problems. Stock outages were frequent, which caused lead times to increase. Managing Director Tim LeMessurier wanted to take the company to the next level, but couldn't see how with the constraints of the systems in place at the time.
We then started to get into new premises and grew organically for the first 10 years. We then went into a phase where we were getting much more business and the lead times were suffering, and also the idea of where we're going to take this company. And so you had a lot of thoughts, a lot of ideas, but it was based on the old system, which was what we were used to. The company has done a classic case of organic growth to a stage where I felt that huge amounts of investment was required to allow us to get to the next stage. But then we slowly found out that this, by stepping into the MRP, we could save money, we could make ourselves much more efficient, and create a far more steadfast company for the future.
The company was recommended to 123insight by external business consultants, with Tim attending an evaluation workshop in August 2013. They also reviewed other systems costing up to £80,000 initially, but it was the ongoing costs of the other systems that Tim found difficult to calculate, with any customisation incurring further costs. They subsequently took the decision to only select a system that could be largely maintained in-house.
There is a lot of hidden costs in these. Where 123, we found it's a budgeted cost, and within the help we have internally, we can address that budget far more clear for the future.
Greenbest staff attended 2 other evaluation workshops in September 2013 and April 2014, with a decision made to select 123insight in June. 6-day no-obligation training was booked for the same month, which Tim was initially wary of. However, after talking with other 123insight users, his suspicions waned.
Well, one of the unique selling tools, which I have to confess was that you come away slightly suspicious of it, is that you don't have to sign up until you've done all the work. You know, you can do the 5 days, you can do the workshops, you can do everything like that, and you still don't have to sign up. We had quite a lot of people we had already contacted through consultants, MRS, basically consultants mainly, government-based UKTI and all that, was recommended this anyway, so our confidence levels was fairly high to be able to take the next step.
Greenbest also took advantage of the offer of a mid-term graduate intern from a local university over a 3-month period, whose role was to handle data migration using 123insight's data import kit, and to create downstream training material from documents provided on the training course.
This person was there to ease the process, which I can highly recommend. It has to be, on that period, it's a hell of a lot of crunching of figures, a lot of sort of procedures to go through, and if you don't have that right in the first stage, it's a nightmare basically.
After going live, daily responsibility for the system passed to Daniel Powell. Although he noted that staff were quick to point out perceived problems with the new system, they were immediately identified as integrity issues with the migrated data.
What they were actually seeing was the cleanup of the data, so it was pre-existing problems that were now coming to light because they were clear to see on the new system. And unlike previously, they might go on being unaddressed. Now, once they were fixed, that's it. That problem was sorted out forever.
After going live, a number of benefits became apparent. Previously, the company would make decisions based on the poor data available, but Daniel noted that they had been quick to take advantage of information now available to them.
We make to order and we make thousands of different formulations. A lot of those products are made quite frequently and for certain different types of customers. And so now that we're able to record all the information consistently, we've got that information to hand, we're finding opportunities either for different types of customers, because we segment our customers by who they are, what they do, but also by the types of products. All of those things we've now got the sales history to be able to analyse and lead us towards some new marketing strategies and areas for growth.
Stock holding and cash flow have also seen significant benefits. Not only are the right products being held in stock with the right quantities, but better forecasting has allowed for more strategic purchasing, which in turn has eased cash flow.
We import about $500,000 of inputs per year, and that has to be containerised and brought in. Well, it's a nightmare on cash flow. The hope is that with more data we can be more precise with actual quantities, which will save on cash flow, because it's one thing having 10 containers come in one go, it's the cash required to pay for that. Where if you can split those 10 containers over a period of time, it's much easier on cash flow.
Lead times saw the most drastic improvement. Previously, Tim noted that lead times slipped due to the system bottlenecks.
Our system was what we call maxed out. We couldn't physically get any more time in the day within our remit out there. The only alternative is to increase the lead time. And our customers were saying to us, well, we can tolerate 10 days because that's what the norm, but we can't tolerate 20 days. And also because you're trying to apply a product to a crop, the crop doesn't wait for anybody.
There's a number of our raw ingredients need quite a time-intensive processing before they're ready to be made into the final products. And it's that part of the process that, if it's not managed very carefully, can become a bit of a bottleneck and was pushing our lead times up and up. So with the introduction of the system, we were able to manage the demands on those stocks and be able to plan effectively so that we could maintain and manage those stocks to be able to produce the goods in time. Whereas before, simply just because we were not close enough to that, the actual management of that stock, the demand that was needed, it led to times stacking up, the lead times getting longer and longer. The other really crucial part about lead times for us is our customers need to know, and they need accurate information. With planning that 123 has given us, we're able to give customers really concise and accurate information on when to expect their deliveries.
Since implementing 123insight, lead times have gone from 21 days down to a consistent 10, with deliveries often within 5 days or less. Stock management itself also improved. Previously, as they did not book stock in or out, daily stock checks of key ingredients had to be performed, whereas weekly ABC checks are now done instead. Items falling out of stock has been practically eradicated. Tim also noted the time it saves staff.
And the manpower it takes to go and find out whether we have the right stock in it, and then naturally finding we don't have the right stock, or not enough to do the job. So there's again a lot of duplication of systems to be able to produce the product.
The fertiliser business is seasonal, with peak periods between February and May. Greenbest have a core staff, but also employ temporary staff where necessary. 123insight allows Greenbest to reduce this expense during busy periods.
One of the things I'm keen is not to bring on more labour for the sake of it. So this is what is proven to be advantageous at the moment, is that we can do more with the same amount of people, basically.
Paper usage also saw a reduction of around 30%, as orders could be consolidated onto a single invoice and documents were held and sent electronically instead of being printed. Greenbest are below the 123insight average of one support call per customer per month, with Daniel citing the system's documentation and ease of use as the reason.
I normally call support, I guess, probably about once a month, and there'll just be general inquiries helping me to do something that I haven't done before, or answering a question about something that's occurred in 123 that we're not sure about. Always they're dealt with really promptly, and I think in every case the answer's been given over the telephone there and then. So the level of support is fantastic, it's easy, and we don't call very often. Generally all the information is in the training manuals that we have to hand, so it's very good.
In January 2015, Greenbest added 123insight CRM Plus to use as a framework for their quality accreditations.
One of the reasons, the many reasons that the MRP was to be able, and especially the CRM, was to increase our visibility within the marketplace so we can go out and get contracts, government-based contracts and things like that, council-based contracts, which are always requiring us basically a level of accreditation.
The company plans to continue focusing on reducing costs, increasing profitability, and also to significantly increase its exports. Knowledge is now held centrally in CRM Plus rather than with individuals, allowing Greenbest to provide a much better service to its customers.
The requirement of the company is to grow, to be more cost effective, to increase gross margin. That's what we've identified as being the key, to retain cash, and to be able to go into other markets. Presently, Greenbest is doing 45% export and probably going to go towards 60 to 65% export. That's where our market sector lies. In turn, to allow us to do that, we're having to push through varied amounts of ingredients and be one step ahead of the competitors. So there's both manufacturing and sales. Sales is a part of this that has had a great boost by the MRP, especially the CRM, where now we can multitask individual salespeople basically for one customer to give the same amount of service.